I have a piece of cardboard here. I actually cut it from the bottom of a pizza box, and I'm going to paint on top of it with some Wise Owl Snow Owl. When painting on cardboard, you want to make sure it's a thicker piece so you don't get that bubbling or bending in the cardboard. Now the outer edges, I'm going to be cutting a circle out of the center of this so I don't need the edges fully painted. Once that is fully dried, I found these at the Dollar Tree. They're meant to hang little pictures from, and I'm going to remove the circle hangers. This one I broke in the process, but I'm going to be gluing it down with some E6000, and that will be very easy to fix. So I apply the E6000 to the back side. I'm going to lay my 14-inch picture circular frame down on the cardboard, and I'm hot gluing that little section that came undone. And now to dry this, I put something very heavy on top of it, and I let it sit for several hours, and it dries really well. So you do need to walk away and have a little patience. Once the metal picture hanger was dry to the cardboard, I have my Black & Decker cordless rotary cutter. It's like our Zip Snip, it's just a different brand, and I'm going to remove all the excess cardboard from around the metal frame. I got these stencils recently from Michael's. They come in a variety pack. This says Our Sweet Little Country Home, and they are cardboard, so the quality isn't the best. They say they are reusable, so this is my first time using them. I'm going to cut each word out so that I can stencil it in between the wire frames. So I am cutting this up, and I'm going to place the hour in the second from top section, and using some Wise Owl black paint and a foam dabber, I'm going to lightly dab over the stencil. Now again, these are cardboard, so you want to either hold that in place really well, or you can even hold it down with some painter's tape, and I'm lightly dabbing on top. There was a little bit of bleeding, but since this is kind of a country decor, we're going to just work with it. You can fill in your spaces using a brush. And I put a word in each section going from top to bottom, leaving the top one empty. And again, when using your stencils, just use a small amount of paint on your foam dabbers. It's a very light dabbing motion. You will have to reload paint to your dabber a couple times and unload it before dabbing onto the stencil. And again, this pack of stencils came from Michael's. You can use any stencil, any words of your choice. And then I'm going to allow that all to fully dry. Once it was dry, I'm going to go over it very lightly with the sandpaper. I just switched back and forth because once I go over the black paint, I don't want to touch my white too much, as you will get some bleeding since I did not do a top coat before my stencil. When I'm working with cardboard, I don't like to wet it too much. And again, I'm kind of going for a little rustic feel anyway, so here I'm just distressing it a lot. I'm distressing it down to some of the cardboard and distressing over the wording. It really helps with the bleeding of the stencil. I'm going to remove the sanding dust, and then I'm going to go on top of that with some Wise Owl furniture salve, and you can see how this brightened back up the words. I found this artificial greenery garland from Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to start at the top center, and I'm just going to glue it around the metal frame. Now I am making sure I get some hot glue onto the cardboard, as glue doesn't really hold that well onto the metal. The hot glue. The E6000 worked really well. So I'm just going to wrap it around the entire circle frame here. And now there are some really long pieces on the garland, so then I just wrap them in the direction they were laying in. This just kind of made it a little more full. And then I left some of the shorter ones kind of just wispy, and I added a nice bow to the top. And there you go. Now you just have this really cute wall decor that says Our Sweet Little Country Home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Paint products, tissue paper, transfers, and mesh stencils can all be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials over on our webpage. Have a great day.